then the more that I thought about it, I'm like, okay, this is something we need to do before even we can't even set a big vision or big goal for our life when we have these self-limiting or these limiting beliefs that we keep coming up against and keeping us from reaching that goal. Okay, so I'm sure you know what I'm saying. I'm sure there's something that you've been wanting to do for years, or maybe you've been trying to do it for years. Maybe you've gotten to like a place, like maybe you tried to start a business and you keep getting to this one place and you can't get any more success, like you're plateaued, or you in your job or in your personal, and there's some goal, maybe fitness goals. You always hit this like wall where you stop progressing, you stop going forward. And you know why? Do you know why that is? Because you have a limiting belief. It's blocking you. So when I taught about the clearing techniques, about even the energy clearing, and then I taught about the Ho'oponopono something. It's like Hawaiian. I talked about that, and I talked about clearing your beliefs, your limiting beliefs. There was different, like hypnosis, stuff like that. That is for one, clearing your energy, is energy clearing, and then two, you're clearing these blocks that are blocking you from that next level version of you or success or whatever it is you're going for. There's something blocking you, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Like you feel it. You feel this block. There's something blocking you from going to that next level. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video, because we have to get that. We have to get past that, or else, at least I do. I have a major one that I have to get past, and it's why I haven't been able to do my guided visualization and set my big goal, because I still have this block that's keeping me like where I'm at right now. And that's what's going to happen as we expand and grow and do what we're doing in this group, which I assume and suggest that if you're watching this right now or you're here, it's because you are paying attention to yourself more. You are into figuring out who you are. You're in that place. So I know what I'm saying is resonating with whoever watches this. All right. First, I'm going to start out with, though, I want to do like a crystal of the week. I want to do it every Monday. So this is what I'm setting up today. Like every Monday, I'll go live with a crystal, because I've had a couple girls in here like reach out to me and they've gotten crystals and they want to do it. And today, like I found this one when I was moving. I lost it. It's Sodalite, Sodalit, but I lost it like months ago, and I found it when I was moving, and this is what it is. It's great. So it's an awakening stone, and it helps one to clearly see the truth, helps with intuition, understanding philosophical teachings, replaces emotion with logic to calm panic and stress. So I love this stone. There's a lot more to say about it, but that's the stone for this week. And that's going to help us really, and also to tune into your intuition when you're clearing these limiting beliefs. And you don't just clear them. This is the problem that I'm understanding right now, is you don't just clear limiting beliefs, you shift them to empowering beliefs, because you can't just get rid of a belief. You just can't be like, oh, I don't believe that anymore. I don't need it. You shift it. You shift it to something that better suits you. And when I first learned how to do this, when I first heard about limiting beliefs and how they work and what they are, I kind of felt like, no way, this is a scam. Or I felt like scammed in my life, because I was like, really, this whole time I could have been like shifting, like not believing what I was believing. So like all of this stuff that I've believed up until now that has made me feel not worthy, and I'm not where I should be in life, or I can't get certain jobs because of I'm not rich enough or whatever. All of these beliefs that I've been believing are not facts. They're thoughts. Like beliefs are thoughts. Thoughts are not facts. So I want you to write that down, or I'll post I'll do a graphic, because this is something I say all the time. Thoughts are not facts. And what I mean by that is when you think of a belief. So let's say, for example, I'm not rich enough to start a business, or I don't have enough money to start a business. It costs money to start a business. you ask yourself, is this really true? Is this really true what I'm thinking right now? Okay, I don't know that it cost, like, I don't know specifically how much money it costs to start a business. And is this really true? No, it's not, because you know what? You could start a business with no money and make money. That's why you start a business. You find a service that you like to do and you offer it. That's it. It's easy as that. I know that sounds simple but it's that easy. So that's what I mean. Like, I'm like, okay, I can shift that to, I'm going to start a business to make money so that I can afford this thing that I want, instead of thinking that a business costs money and that's why you're not starting it. Then that is a limiting belief. Okay. So anything that keeps you small, keeps you from expanding with your growth. So another one is like, I've been doing photography for 10 years. And do you guys know that I just started calling myself a photographer like 3 years ago? I never called myself one because I didn't believe that I was. I didn't believe that anyone would take that seriously. In my mind, I'm like, oh no, I'm just a hobbyist. Like, yeah, I charge money for it sometimes, but I'm not really a photographer. It's just a hobby. But I studied it. Like, I got better at it. I took time out of my day to like focus on it. So I'm a photographer. That was a limiting belief, keeping me small from doing anything else with that. Same thing with being a web designer. Like, I design websites on Squarespace, which is it's like a DIY platform for websites. And so at first I'm like, no, I'm not really a website designer because I don't like know code or anything. So I'm not a web designer. But then later on, I'm like, yeah, I am a web designer, because not everybody can create even on DIY sites. And I love the websites that I create. So I'm a web designer. So anyway, that was keeping me from charging what I thought what I'm worth. It kept me from putting myself out there as a virtual assistant. At first, I thought I had to have like enough people that I did stuff for to be a virtual assistant. So you see what I mean? How your thoughts have limited you to be a certain way and in your comfort zone, and they keep you in your comfort zone. And then it also comes from like other people in your circle, maybe society. So when society says, growing up, I grew up in a small town, and it was graduate high school, go to college, start your career, find someone to marry, have kids. It was like that pathway there. And depending on like your age, so if you're 40 and you've never had a kid and you've never been married, you're like way not doing well. You're failing at life. Okay. Right now I'm 30, I'm 36. I have 2 kids that I was not married for either one of them. And I've never been married. Like, I'm failing, right? That's how I felt. I felt like that until I was 33. So like 3 years ago, I felt so like I was not as good as other people that had my friends that were married. Some of them had been married twice, and I've never been married. And so I beat myself up, like, I mean, bad. So those are limiting beliefs. The one I'm dealing with right now is money, my relationship with money, and selling, and me being comfortable with talking about or selling to you guys, to this group. Like, I've got to work through this, because it's not selling, it's serving, and it's sharing knowledge, and it's providing transformations and breakthroughs for people that wouldn't have them otherwise. So I know I'm worth money for my services, but I have this limiting belief where all of you guys are going to like leave when I start talking about it. And so, which I know some of you might leave, and that's okay. Like, I trust that anyone that wants to be here, needs to be here, gets the most out of this, will be here. And anyone who doesn't need it won't be here. And it's fine. I don't take it personally. But I have to shift from that, because I want all of you, like, I want us, like, I think of us. This group is not just me talking. I'm the only one that gets up here to talk, but I would love for someone else to get up here too. And I think I might have someone next week. We might have like a guest Facebook Liver, because she's going to go on with me. Finally, I'm going to do interviews, you guys. I'm so excited. Let me know in the comments too, if there's anything like that you guys specifically want to learn about when it comes to your self-healing, spirituality, even like entrepreneur, like business. I'm starting to like go to that side. So Anyway, that's what this group is for. What was I saying about limiting beliefs? Okay. Um, what was I saying, you guys? I'm sorry. Okay, anyways, about the limiting beliefs. I have to get past that belief that you guys are going to leave the group in order for me to go forward. Because otherwise, I'm not even going to, why do I even make a big vision? I can't even make a big goal if I cannot uh sell in my services. And also there's like an icky feeling behind selling, because in the past, like when I was growing up, my dad was a farmer, and anytime somebody would call, or a guy would call selling something, or they'd come out and knock on our door like the encyclopedias, I just remember my dad and my mom being like, oh, they're just trying to sell us something, and they'll hang up on him. Or it was negative. The energy was negative. Like, how dare they call us to sell us something that we don't need? That is what feels gross to me. I don't want to sell anything to anyone they don't need. That is where that's the part where I'm kind of getting past it. I just have to keep on working on this, and I'm almost there. Because I want to teach. I want to help all of you guys. I want to help everybody in this group get past that, because even if you don't have a business, you still provide value to the world. You still have you have something that you offer that no one else can offer. And I want to help you find that out, just like I'm trying to figure it out with me. Like, that's what I'm here for too. I'm here healing and learning along with you guys. So anyway, that's what we're going to talk more about after I draw this card. Okay. So the crystal is the sodalite. I'll post that. It's for awakening and like tuning into your intuition. And I'm using the moon cards. Okay. That's what I'm using today, which I kind of feel like using the other ones. And I think I might be getting a new deck of cards soon. And if anyone else would like to get on here with me sometime. Okay, here we go. This one is your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Okay, your hard work is paying off. There we go. That's perfect for today, because it is hard work. This setting goals or setting intentions and goals is hard work, and you want to make sure you do it right. Okay, this is what I want to do in this group. I don't want you guys just to set a goal and try to get there throughout the year, and I'm not calling it a resolution. I want to set you up to reach that goal. That is my whole purpose, because I'm doing the same for me, for myself. And if you are very you are knowledgeable about setting goals, and you have people come to you specifically, I love to hear some tips from you if you want to do that, because I struggle with it. I struggle with setting and reaching a goal. I can do things and reach milestones or go after something. Like, I started my business, my online business, not knowing what the heck I was doing, but setting a goal and strategically doing things to meet that goal is where I'm working really hard right now. I'm trying, and goals keep coming up for this group in my meditations. At the end of last year, I started to do a goddess goals workshop, and that just came out of nowhere about goals. I just keep hearing help them with goals, 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 goals. So this right here is the prerequisite, or the required work, groundwork to do before you even set that goal. Or I mean, you set deadlines, because setting a goal, you have to set deadlines. You can't just be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna make $10,000 by September or whatever, maybe September. No, have a specific date. I mean, that's good, I guess, having a month. Where the heck is this card, you guys? All right, it's new moon in Capricorn. Here we go. So first and foremost, this card suggests a new start for you professionally. Whatever has been going on in your working life, this card heralds the start of a new and improved work cycle. If you're unhappy in your current job, this is the time to either renegotiate, okay? So that could be a goal, your position, or look for something else. Whatever your question, whether work-related or otherwise, a new plan and strategy is called for. You need to take a look at the long term and think about where you want to be in 12 months. That is funny, because we're here, I'm here helping you set a yearly goal. That's so funny. Or even 5 years. That will inform your best course of action now. So think seriously about it. Drawing this card suggests it's a time for you to be ambitious about whatever it is that you want to achieve. Okay? And then attune to the moon, make a proper plan and execute it well. Is this not like spot on? Like, what the heck? Okay, additional meanings. You need to be more disciplined to reach your goal. That's also something I'm working on, self-discipline. And then hard work will make your dreams a reality. A very good omen for studying or teaching. Don't be too controlling and avoid anyone who is controlling. Okay? Wow, I like that a lot, a lot. So, a limiting belief that a lot of people have, I'm just going to say some like ones that come up a lot that I've had. I've talked to some of my clients have had these. I see them come up with my friends all the time. You say, I am not something enough. So you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not young enough, old enough. Maybe I know one lady that I talked to. She went for a job and they told her she wasn't young enough. Like they said that, okay? So of course she thought that was a fact because they told her she didn't get the job because she's not young enough. When really at the end of the day, that's discrimination. So they couldn't do that. But I told her thoughts are not facts. Beliefs are thoughts and thoughts are not facts. This is a powerful piece of information. And before I knew that that piece of information, I thought my opinions were facts. I thought other people's opinions of me were facts, or judgments of me, judgments of other people. When I gossiped or I would chime in on gossip, you take that that gossip and that judgment and those opinions as being real, right? Of being facts, like factual statements, and they're not. They are not factual statements. They are things people think. Now, I'll explain here between a fact and not a fact. So for instance, say that you are a single woman and you meet a guy at a bar and he's married. Okay, that's a fact. You can't just change that belief to, oh, he's not married for tonight. I don't know why I just thought of that, but you can't do that. That's a fact that this man is married. Same thing with like analytics and data and numbers and stuff like that. Okay, things that titles that people hold, like your boss. Your boss is your boss. That's a fact. So that's the difference. But a limiting belief is not a fact. It's something that you tell yourself. It's something that you've either learned growing up or from your friends, like growing up, society, your family, anything. Your environment has set these beliefs and they've made them so real to you because that is what everyone else followed. So for example, I came from a small town in Galveston, which a lot of people are from central Indiana on here. So you know what I mean. A small town, everybody thinks the same. I didn't even know there was someone who didn't believe in God until I was like 21. I didn't even meet an atheist till I was 21. Like I grew up in a Baptist church, but when I met that atheist, like I really started to question God's existence. And I have a very Christian family. My mom's side is very Christian. My grandpa's a pastor, my uncle's a pastor. So if it was like common knowledge, it was just a given that God was real. It was a guy in the sky who you prayed to, who made all the heavens and earth. They made us. God did. But when I met that atheist, I started to question my belief system. I mean, with that, just religion. And I really didn't believe in a God until 3 years ago when I had my awakening. And now, without a doubt, there's a higher power. That's no question in my mind. But that was a belief. That was a limiting belief for me because it kept me from expanding into what I'm doing now, my spirituality, my coaching, my all of that, my teaching, stuff like that. Like I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for me shifting that belief into an empowering one where it's a fact to me. It's a fact that a higher power exists, and that can be debatable too, but to me, that's a fact. Okay, so another one is there isn't enough blank to get around. So there isn't enough money, time, or resources. That's a limiting belief because there's enough time, money, and resources for you to do anything. So I shifted from a limiting belief to an empowering one by just saying, yes, there is. I know that there's enough money, time, and resources for me to do whatever I want. Okay. And then another one is I don't trust blank. So I don't trust myself. I don't trust the weather. I don't trust God. I don't trust whatever. That's a limiting belief, because when you say I don't trust somebody, then you're limiting yourself of maybe it's like a date or something. Maybe you got burned in the past, you had a toxic relationship. So now every time you meet a guy, or you don't go on dates because love is going to burn you again. That's also a limiting belief. You're closing yourself off from a good relationship, possibly, or living a happy life with a great man, because you thought your thoughts, again, they're not real. It's not real. And like I told you earlier, I think I felt scammed when I found this out, because I'm like, I can freaking create my reality. Like, I can create what I believe. No way. Yeah, anyway. Okay, and then also I can't be my real self or I'll be judged. Another one is if I love someone, I will get hurt. What I just said. If I ask for what I want, I may get rejected. That's one that I grew up with that. I hated asking for something. I hated asking, like, for a raise. Like, one time I felt I needed to get a raise and I would not ask my boss. I would not. I just was like, whatever, I'll deal with it. And I dealt with it. But, I could have been making more money if I would have just asked. Okay. I've always had a problem with that. That's another thing I'm working with. And then if I trust people, I will be betrayed. If I pursue my dream, I may fail. That's a big one. Like, everybody, I think, at some point thinks that. But you shift that to, if I pursue my dreams, I may succeed. Or what will my life look like when I succeed? Not if, when, because you will. If you believe you're going to succeed, you're going to succeed. It's easy as that. If you think you're going to fail, you're going to fail. Or it's too late to go after my dreams. I hear this too from women in like their 40s or 50s. And I'm like, no, it is not too late, girlfriend. You can absolutely start working towards your dreams now when you're like 65. I don't even care. But that's what I mean. Those like, it's too late to go after my dreams. Is that really true? Ask yourself. So the first step is ask yourself, is this really true? When you come up against something, like, so for instance, when I was making my personal guided visualization, one of the things that I do, that I say I've already done, is sell an online course to 20 women in this Facebook group. I can't even do that. I can't even offer that to you guys if I don't get past this limiting belief that I believe that once I start selling and serving, offering products and my for money, then most of you are going to leave. I have to get over that, because if you leave, you leave, and I don't take it personally. But it's because of the way I grew up believing in selling, like what selling was, and that it was gross feeling, and there's so much bad energy around it. And it has. Marketing has changed in the last 10 years. Like, marketing is not like it was before. If you are not authentic to your viewers anymore, everyone, it's online, video, Facebook Live, YouTube, whatever. And now, like, marketing is so transparent. Like, people are realer than ever before. And so now marketing has a whole new energy behind it. And so that's what I'm working on right now, like with my person I talk to. Okay, so one, ask if this is really true, and then remember, thoughts are not facts, and check it. If it is a fact, is this person really have this title? Are they really married? Is this real, or their address? Like, anything with numbers, you know what I mean? You know what a fact versus not a fact is. I don't know why I'm even teaching that to you. And then you shift it to, what do I need to believe for this to support me? So what do I need to believe instead? So for instance, I can't be my real self or I'll be judged. Instead, I can be my real self, and it doesn't matter what anyone says, because those are just opinions, and thoughts are not facts. Again, I can be my real self, and I will be my real self, and my people that like me are going to come to me. People that don't are going to keep going. No big deal. All right. Not the end of the world. Not everyone's going to like you. I know not everyone likes me, and I'm okay with it. And then let's see what else. The one I was shifting is if I share my offers or my one offer in here, it's going to bring you value in your life and offer transformations for this group. Like, I know my program, my online course that I'm working on now is transformational. It has information in there that I did already that got me to where I'm at now personally. Like, from where I was before and where I am now, there is a huge, like, I did a lot of work there. And so that's what it's about, and it offers value and breakthroughs. I know, and I'm confident in what I do, that that's going to be something that happens. And so it's almost like a disservice if I don't offer it to you guys. And trust me, you guys, I'll offer it to you first. So that is what you do. One, ask if it's really true. And two, shift it to what you need to believe instead to support you on your journey. And then once you get all those beliefs out and shifted to empowering beliefs that support you and actually guide you to reach your goal, then you can make the personalized visualization. So my goal is to have mine done by Friday. And I'm going to get on here and I'm going to read it to you guys. Like, I'll probably record it first and then I'll just post it. And if you guys want to listen to it, you can. I'm trying to upload like audio files into the units section, and it's not working out very well. So, if you are doing this personalized visualization, or if you're doing anything else when it comes to your 2021 goal, like where you want to be at the end of this year, I really hope you are, because I'll tell you right now that before my awakening, when I was just living without intention, I was living by, like, I was a feather in the wind, just going wherever. I guess I was following whatever was needed of me. I didn't pave my way whatsoever. I mean, I followed what my dad wanted me to do or what my friends were doing or whatever. It was never what I wanted to do. And so, or very close to it anyway. And so now that I'm living such an intentional life and doing what is good for me and my kids and what I love to do, what lights me up, it's so different now. It's like I'm not planning a goal or trying to reach a goal. It's more of like creating how I want my life to look in December of 2021. Okay. So that's a better way to think of it. Like, how do you want your life to feel and look like? Where do you want to be living? And I'm going to be living right where I am. I'm going to be living right in the city that I'm in right now. And because I love it. I love where I live. Now I'll be in a different house, but anyway, who do you want to be surrounded by? What do you want to do every day? Do you want to meditate? Do you want to go for a walk or whatever? Okay, whatever you want to do, but have it be of service to you first. A healing journey is what you're on right now. And it's to feel good. That's it. That's the goal, to feel good. Everybody, that's it. As long as you feel good, your vibe is high and you start attracting what you want, but you still need to set a goal. So if you guys have any questions, message me or comment on here, and then I might go live tomorrow with another question that someone texted me earlier that would go along with this too, about breaking the goals down into like chunks, because that's what you have to do to reach a goal. You break it down. It's easier to do that way, which I'm learning this too at the same time, because this is what I'm working on. So yeah, I think that's it for now. I'll go ahead and get off of here, but I hope that you guys have a good Monday afternoon, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you guys later. Okay.